Hello, and welcome to another Monday morning. Monday afternoon, actually, isn't it? 12:30. As usual, I'm streaming live to Facebook, my Facebook group, Hi Facebook group, and live onto YouTube as well. So welcome to my live stream. Right, today I'm going to be talking about LinkedIn business pages. LinkedIn business pages have not had much love, really. LinkedIn business pages haven't been particularly effective, certainly over the last few years. I always tell clients, if you're working on LinkedIn and you're looking to increase your reach, then do it through your personal profile. Certainly don't have the features that Facebook have had. However, LinkedIn business pages are changing, which is really exciting. So for the last few months, they've been bringing out a whole host of new features, and I've seen it quite massively on my LinkedIn page. I think I don't do much with my LinkedIn page, if I'll be honest. I get most of my oh, hi Heather, hi. I get most of my clients on LinkedIn I get through my personal profile, because personal profiles generally do have a much higher reach. And this is still true. However, business pages are increasing in reach on LinkedIn, which is fantastic. And actually, for those of you that keep an eye on those analytics on LinkedIn, personal profile, the posts you're putting on your personal profile, the reach is actually declining. So now is the time to start embracing your company page and maybe thinking about taking it a little bit more seriously than you have in the past. And I always say to clients, have a great page, but it only has basic functions, maybe post once a month, just to keep it updated. Now I'm changing my advice slightly. I'm suggesting that one post a week is going to be quite beneficial on your company pages. All of a sudden, we're getting notifications to say pages that we're following on LinkedIn are posting. So all of a sudden, LinkedIn pages are getting more prominent. Therefore, we need to take it more seriously. So I'm going to give you a bit of facts and details. These are the most recent ones. I've been doing a bit of research on these, testing it out on my own LinkedIn page as well. So I'm just going to run through some tips. And again, feel free to ask me any questions in the chat. I will happily answer any questions that come up. And again, if you're not watching this live, if you're watching it after the event, just type some comments below, and I'll come back to those. So, hands up, who's got a LinkedIn page? Now, LinkedIn pages are really important. One, it completes your profile. So when you say underneath your LinkedIn profile, if you say, for example, me, social media executive, I work at Social Media Executive, then next to it, if you have a company page, you'll get this really nice little icon, providing you link it to your company through the settings. So it looks great on your profile, it looks professional, and then people that visit your profile can click through to your page. So that's great. So you always need to make sure the page looks great when people do click through to it. But let's face it, not many people did. I think I had only about 14 followers on my LinkedIn page before Christmas, and all of a sudden it's jumped up to about 48. So I had 14 in 12 months. Then all of a sudden in the last few months it's jumped up to 48, and I have done nothing different apart from filled in some of the new features. So Amanda's just asked me a question. Is it advisable to share your company posts from your own profile? That's a really good question, actually. Now, what you can do is you can post on your company page and share it into your personal profile. However, you don't get very much reach on media platforms. What I tend to do, if you've got a small following, like I have on my company page, then in order to grow and encourage more followers, is post onto your personal profile and tag your company page in. So do the @ sign and tag your company page in. Maybe do a little teaser saying, oh, I've just done a quick post about XYZ. jump on, click on the tag. I've tagged them in. Click on this and feed it through and send them through to your company page. That'll give you the highest visibility at the moment, if that makes sense. So again, you can post and share. You're not going to get a huge amount of visibility. Encourage people to follow your new company page if it's new or whatever. Type it in to your personal profile, do a post, and then take them from your personal profile to your company page and say, please follow that page. You're going to do that. Thanks. Good. Glad that was useful, Amanda. So some facts and figures then. If your company has a complete hi Net. Hi, thanks for watching. If your company has a complete profile, so you've filled in all the information, then you're going to get 30%. It's going to increase your visibility by 30% with your weekly views. So make sure it's filled in. If you've not looked at your company page in the last couple of months, jump back in and have a look, because they've added all these new features that you can add in, which I'm going to run through in a minute. And if they're not all filled in, then LinkedIn is not going to give you as much visibility. So again, check that company page and make sure all the bits are filled in. Again, if you've got a company page, make sure you've got a logo on there. It does sound simple, but I do see some company pages that don't have a banner at the top and don't have a logo. Now, always remember to put those images in there. Not only does it look nice, and the branding should follow through. So the branding on your company page should be the same branding for your website. The logo should be your company logo that is the same across all your marketing materials. But if you have a logo, again, LinkedIn is going to increase your profile of that page by 6 times. Now, that's quite significant for the sake of a little logo. So make sure your logo is on there. Amanda's just asked, will LinkedIn penalise you if you post the same article to both your company page and your profile page? Just going to click see more. Is it okay with repetition? LinkedIn does identify when there is a bit of repetition. So I would try and vary the content. So you're absolutely right. You could just write a post and just post it to both your company page and your personal page. Again, what I'd suggest is try it. Like anything on social media, test it. Try doing the same post and posting it on both. So for this morning's live stream, I tested it. So normally I would write it on my personal feed and tag my business page in. But this time, because you can't share it to your business page, so I've tagged it in. This time I've written it on my company page, because I thought, well, we'll look at company pages today, and then I've shared it onto my personal feed. So again, I'm testing it all the time to see which is giving me the most visibility. So test all different ways. So test the same content on both, see how much, if you get the most visibility, and then test one post on your personal feed, tweak it slightly and put it on your business page and see if that has an impact. So again, like any social media, test it. Make sure you add your location when you're filling in your business pages. Again, really important. Even if you work from home, put your location in there, because LinkedIn will suggest companies that are nearer to where you are, much like Facebook. So if you're not put a location in, they're not going to know to say, oh, there's someone in Bradford. Look, you live in Bradford, you work in Bradford. There's another company in Bradford that shares, is nearby. It's not daft, isn't LinkedIn? It will recommend companies' pages that are nearby you. So do put that detail in there. You do have the option as well of putting your call to action button on there. So again, you've got a call to action. Mine is now, my call to action is visit my website. So if you look on my business page, Social Media Executive, you'll see at the top, it says visit my website. And again, you can customize that call to action button to whatever you want it to be on that LinkedIn allows you to. So it might be call me or whatever, but mine's, go jump to the website. So make sure your call to action button is on there. Again, put your company size in. Just a simple little thing, there's just me and my company. So I just put me. And that's absolutely fine because I'm filling in that content. And LinkedIn saying, oh, this is complete. So LinkedIn again is boosting visibility of my page. Put what type of industry you're in as well. Really important if people are searching for particular types of information. So make sure your industry's in there. So it's relevant and appropriate when people are searching for similar types of services and products. Now, the company description. Company description, I think you've got about 2,000 characters you can put in your company description. So you can put quite a lot of information in there. But the most important bit in the company description is the first 156 characters. So you've got to make sure within that first 156 characters, you've got some of your keywords in there. Now, why is that really important? Because this is, again, what Google pulls off from your company page. It's the Google searchable information. So the first 156 characters, make sure you've got some of your keywords in there. So, for example, for my company, some of my keywords are social media training, some of the platforms that I cover, but also Warrington, because I'm based in Warrington, online training and workshops. So I'm really trying to pack in quite a concise summary that tells people exactly what I'm going to do, exactly what I do in those first 156 characters. So really, really important that. And again, we'll come on to how you promote it once you've done it in a minute. But how, you see, I've always said now, how often should you post to pages? And I'll be honest, I probably only post once a month because I'm not really don't put much time to my LinkedIn pages. But now we've got some of these new features that are coming in, then I'd suggesting maybe posting about once a week on there to maximize it. And videos, if you've got videos, if you can do videos and put videos on there, videos, you're more likely to get about 5 times the reach as well with videos at the moment. So again, test that, but test everything. Use the same principles that we apply when I've taught you all to do your personal profiles. Use the same principles, test it, try video, try text only, try images, don't put your links in, put them in the comments. Again, test it all. And another interesting feature that they've brought in is hashtags. It's asking your page to select 3 hashtags that are related to your industry. So what I would suggest is, again, create these hashtags that relate to your industry, that are hashtags that you want to join the conversation into. And why I say that is because if you select 3 hashtags, so for example, I've selected hashtag social media, which is massive. It's a bit too wide, really. But hashtag social media, and then I've put hashtag social media news, and then I've put hashtag get social. And the reason I've used those 3 hashtags is not because necessarily my customers will be searching for those hashtags, but because if I use those hashtags now, if content comes up using those hashtags, so if somebody else types about hashtag social media news, it means that I can share that to my page. So it's very difficult to share information to your page, but if you're using these hashtags with relevant news and information, then all of a sudden we can start sharing content to our Facebook pages again, LinkedIn pages again, which is really exciting, something that we've not been able to do before. So use those hashtags so that you can share that news into your company page. Make sure they're very related. And again, you can change them if it's not working, play about with it, delete a hashtag, put a different one in. You might want to change it month to month, depending if you're running seasonal services and things like that. Now then, you can also put specialities into your description, when you're filling out your details on your page. LinkedIn lets you put 20 specialities in there. So again, make sure you put all 20 in there. Just put, what does your company specialize in? Think about the type of content that your customers are going to be searching for and put those specialities into there. Again, don't use your own industry jargon that people aren't going to find and that people aren't going to use. Think exactly what are people going to be typing in that you specialize in. So again, fill all 20 in there. You can put 3 or 4 words for each speciality. So make sure that goes in there. And it's going to help you get found, your page and your company. You can also add featured groups in there now. So you can, if there are any industry groups that you're linked with, you can add featured groups into your LinkedIn page. So put that in there. So now we've done all this, we've updated all our pages, we've got all the keywords in there. How do we go about increasing our reach as well? How do we go about promoting our page a little bit more? Well, one of the ways we can do that is whenever you do send emails out or send information, send news articles, write articles in LinkedIn, write blogs on your website, put a link to your company page. Again, you'll go onto your company page, you'll get the URL at the top. So add those. And also the other thing that is really a nice little tool that you can do now, which again is a new feature, is when you are typing a post on your personal profile, tag your business in. So for example, I'll write a post on my personal profile and I'll tag Social Media Executive in. And then anybody that comments on this, on that post, I can then respond as Social Media Executive. So again, it's highlighting my company, and then hopefully people are going to click through and follow my pages. So make sure that you're tagging your company page in at every opportunity. So that if there's an engagement, then you can then start talking in personal profile feeds as your page. So again, if you're writing comments, tag your company page in. And so that's just a really good little tip that's quite exciting. And the other little feature that isn't available to everybody, but another really good feature on LinkedIn, is you can now invite your connections, your followers, to like your company page. Now, this isn't available to all pages. It seems to be available to some of the larger business pages that have a larger engagement that I've seen so far. I've not got it available on mine. But when you go onto your LinkedIn business page, on the top right, it will say admin, and it might have a little new button. If you click on admin and then scroll down where it says extend your reach, under there, it will say invite your followers to like your page. Now, you can literally click that button and just go through and invite people to like your pages. Daniel's just asked me, why do some business pages not have this feature? Is there a reason? Not all business pages have this feature. It is quite a new feature. It only came out a couple of weeks ago. So it is being rolled out slowly to all pages. And like anything with social media, they don't give it everybody all at once. And the reason why they take a while to roll out new features is simply because if anything's glitchy or buggy, it's an app after the end of the day. If it's got a bug in it, they roll it out to everybody at once. It potentially breaks the whole system. So what they tend to do is selectively roll it out to certain groups. They normally start in specific companies, countries. So they might sort of start off with the new tools. America generally gets a lot of the updates before we do. But that's the reason. That's the reason it's not rolled out to everybody all at once, because they're constantly testing it for bugs. So it will come to all the pages eventually. But at the moment, it looks like it's going to companies that have larger followers. And they're testing it with those as well. Those first of all. So be patient. I think we'll get here. Just keep checking. But it is a really, really quite exciting tool. We discovered that in one of my workshops the other week, my LinkedIn workshop. One of the delegates had that button. They had over 1,000 followers to their business page. So they were able to do that. But that's generally why you don't get all the features all at once. But those are just some of the exciting features that are coming to LinkedIn pages. So no longer will I be telling everyone to, well, just make it look good, because that's really important as well. When you do get that invite your followers to like your page, don't just click invite everybody. Have a think about your business page before you do that. Make sure it looks fantastic, and make sure you put up a recent post which is really adding value to your target clients, and it's not a sales post. Because if you go to everybody, invite my page, and then the first post they see is, oh, we've got a fantastic sale on, buy my stuff, they're probably going to go, oh, I don't want to follow this page to be sold to. They want to follow this page to get value out of it. So make sure that your page looks great, and the last post you did was giving some top tips or adding value or being really helpful and adding that sort of value to clients, so that when they do click on it, think, oh, actually, yeah, it's worth following this page. It's really helpful. It's offering value. It's something I'm really interested in. So make sure you get that looking spot on before you then go, right, I'm going to invite everyone to follow my page. Amanda's just asked, if there are 2 or more employees who are both linked to the company page, can both people get their followers? Okay. I'm just going to click see more followers to follow the same company page. Right. Okay. That's a good question, actually. You need to be an admin of your business page to invite your followers. So you've got to have the admin view. So just because you link your page as a employee doesn't mean you can then invite all your followers. You've got to be an admin on that page. However, if you are an employee and you don't have admin to your page, you can still tag the page in, which is a great idea and really, really helpful. So you can still tag that page in, but you can't invite all your connections. You need to be an admin on that page. So yeah, so there's some really, really good features for LinkedIn. So if you've got any more questions, give me a shout quickly before I sign off. But ultimately, use LinkedIn pages, keep checking for updates, and do start putting a little bit more content on there, and build up your followers. LinkedIn is going to be bringing more features out for their pages. I'm doing a bit more development on that. LinkedIn tends to follow Facebook's trend, so do keep an eye on that. And again, if you've got any questions or anything, you know where I am. Please follow my page on LinkedIn, Social Media Executive. You'll identify it by the little tree. Okay, another question's come in. How many admins can you have on your company page? That's a good question. I think you can have as many as you want, really. But you've got to be very careful about how many admins you want to add onto your page, because obviously you've got to trust that these people can completely change your page. So again, just use as many admins as you need. So certainly, I always suggest having 2. Even if you're a sole trader, add somebody else, just in case your company page for some reason gets glitched, or your personal profile gets frozen, or for any reason at all, you can still access your page by someone else you trust. This happens on Facebook all the time. It does happen on LinkedIn, not so much as Facebook, but it does happen because it's an app that's constantly changing. There are constantly bugs, so you wouldn't want to find yourself frozen out for a week, 2 weeks, because of a bug whilst they sort that out. So I would always suggest at least having 2 admins on your page. And if anyone doesn't know how to add an admin, let me know, because I will do a little video tutorial on how to do that. And I can pop that onto my YouTube channel. So do let me know. So that's a bit of something that's a bit of an overview of LinkedIn pages. I'm quite excited about. It's great to see the development. Make sure that you keep an eye on it. And don't forget, if you watch on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. It is new. I think I've got about 14 followers. And as I always tell everyone, you should never be embarrassed about how many followers you have. It's about the quality of those followers. But if you do find these tutorials useful, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And obviously follow my LinkedIn company page on LinkedIn, Social Media Executive. So thanks, guys, for listening today. If you are local to Warrington, my next workshop that's coming up, I think I've got 4 places left, is Facebook advertising on the 10th of July, and that's up in Birchwood. So if you want to know how to use the Facebook ads platform and not boost, please don't ever boost your posts on Facebook. It's a right waste of time. So if you want to know a bit more about Facebook ads platform, I'm going to be teaching you all how to do it, get our laptops out, very hands-on, and we're going to go through the steps of how it's laid out, how it works, and actually create an ad there and then in the ads platform during the workshop. So again, come and join me on the 10th of July if you're free. And I will see you next week at 12:30, as usual, live. Next week, we're going to be talking about your straplines. How do you pull your clients in on social media? What type of straplines do you use? So we're going to be doing a bit of work on straplines and what's a good strapline to sell your business to your ideal client. So I'm going to be talking a bit about that next week. And Manda, maybe you can help with that, because Manda is a fantastic content creator. So yeah, I'm sure she'll have some great top tips on that as well. Okay, so thanks for listening, guys, and I will see you next Monday at 12:30 usual time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.